Well, this is it, the final WarnerCember of 2024. Let's take a look at Scoob, which was one of the films that came out in 2020 that unfortunately did not get a theatrical release when it came out. I think it has some theatrical releases like years later. And this is a film that when I first saw it, I liked it a lot. And when I checked out the reviews, I was surprised about people didn't like it. Though I can see some of the negative stuff, like, yeah, I do agree that this film focuses a bit too much on the superhero and adventures theme to it, than opposed to being like a mystery comedy film that Scooby Doo is. And the film relies heavily on building up a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe, which as of right now has now I think Warner Brothers did not decide to not do it because of Scoob, and also that they had a holiday hunt special and on HBO Max, but alongside Batgirl that got in the trash, unfortunately. Um, and the voice acting in the film, I do think I'm Frank Welker, of course, is Scooby Doo. I really enjoy him as Scooby Doo. He's my Scooby Doo. I thought Jason Isaac as Dick Dastardly was phenomenal. Was very awesome. I really think he was a really good villain. Thought he was funny. I thought he was kind of intimidating, and there's some sympathy with him, like missing his like buddy Muttley, who he uh accidentally logged in like a different portal with different money and coins that Cerberus lives in. I thought Mark Wahlberg was kind of funny as Blue Falcon. I heard that this is his first voice performance. And he did the best that he could, bring in some humor. I thought his ring 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 joke was funny, and his being a goofball on social media and his buddies like Scooby, Shaggy, and some with Dynamite, and trying to become a real hero like his father, especially in the final battle when he's fighting Cerberus. I thought that was a pretty cool character development for Blue Falcon, and going from a silly goofball trying to be like his dad into trying to be a real superhero, though still being a fun boy, like in the end where he becomes a DJ. Dynamite and John was decent enough, and so was Dee Dee Skies, who I heard is from Captain Caveman, who is also in this movie for a bit in this movie. He kind of turns an ally, somewhat antagonist, and at the credits he becomes an ally. So he's mostly kind of like a good guy, and he just fight them for a challenge to get the skull, the third skull, before Dick Dastardly can get it, which he unfortunately did. Wilford is obviously not Casey Kasem or, of course, Matthew Lillard. He tried the best Shaggy impression he could. I can see that, though like a lot of celebrities who voices iconic characters, maybe except for Chris Hemsworth's Thor and Chris Evans' Buzz Lightyear. Well, for Shaggy is kind of feels a little bland, and tries to do his own thing, which is good, which can be good, a good thing. But it feels like, but it really is one of the things I don't like about celebrities voicing iconic characters. Like, it's so obvious that they did it because, oh, they're so famous, they will make the movie a make hot money, even though Mario didn't do well because of star power. It was well because Mario was is a big property and people love Mario, not because of the cast. And I thought the action in this movie, like in the bowling alley, I thought that was a very fun and clever action where Shaggy and Scooby are running away from the robots that dastardly made to get Scooby-Doo. Because in this film, Scooby-Doo is the descendant of Alexander the Great or this other dog. And they dastardly chose Scooby so he can get Mudley back, though accidentally unleashed Cerberus. And I thought it was a pretty interesting plot point in the film. And when Scooby and Shaggy fight, it doesn't feel a little bit forced. I mean, I expected it for a movie like this, but it kind of feels a little bit forced. But nice to see them come back and Shaggy trying to sacrifice himself, even though it will be obvious that he would still be alive. It's nice. It's nice to know that Shaggy really cares about Scooby. I mean, that's kind of like the message. Friendships can save the world, I guess. I thought the animation looked really nice. I really like how they captured the squash and stretch while the cartoon, while also trying to be CG animation like every anime film today. The Simon Cowell's animation looks a little uncanny, probably because he looks a bit more realistic than the other characters who have big eyes. He tries to look more like a real person in an animated world, which kind of feels a little distracting. And I thought, but the film overall is a lot of fun. I think the film is funny, is entertaining. It's hard to decide whether I like this more or less than the live action films because those films does feel more like the actual cartoons, especially the Scooby-Doo 2. But it's hard to decide. I mean, for Garfield, I prefer the live action ones over the animated film, unfortunately. But that's just me. But overall, I think Scoob is solid. Is solid film. Also, Zac Efron and Amanda Seyfried as Fred and Daphne are not horrible. It's just they're really not my cup of. They're not really like why, especially the way they acted. They're not for me. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I thought the flashbacks of Scooby and Shaggy as young kids and then later meeting Fred and Daphne were a very clever way to start the movie, and gotta give credits to the opening theme song paying tribute to the original show and with a new singer and a new style of the opening. I thought that was a pretty cool homage to the original show. And but I guess that's it. So Scoob is my last WarnerCember of 2024, and this year's WarnerCember has been alright. It has not been getting the many views I was hoping for. Though some of them it did get a few views, like Specialist, Looney Tunes, Terminator 3, Birds of Prey, but not many views. But overall, it was a fun one where we take a look at sequels, Hanna-Barbera shows, movies, and other several movies I have not seen or have seen before. And shows. This has been a decent year. And this is my last movie to review in 2024. And stay tuned for next year for more reviews. And peace out.